So this film, Dear Congress, arose from your opportunity at the White House in Washington, D.C., and they encouraged you to go out and do something?
Yeah.
And you literally just went out and did something?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The
So kind of explain what happened.
Yeah, I was so grateful to be invited to the White House, the Obama White House, and they were really supportive of documentary filmmakers. So they had, it was a great day, and at the very end, they kind of gave us a charge, like, look, we're doing everything we can here at the White House to change policy and to, help American citizens and people all over the world. You guys go out and tell the stories. That's how you're changing the world. So go tell your stories. Keep speaking up for people who don't have a voice. It was just really inspiring.
How did the idea for the film, Dear Congress, happen? Was it just based on that inspiration? Did something just kind of float through your head, or was it a collaboration? And just kind of explain that.
Yeah, well, after hearing that, leaving, being all inspired, I write in my journal every morning. So the next morning I was writing in my journal, and I said something about, what came out was, wouldn't it be great to make a film of kids talking to Congress? Because at that point, in June of 2016, it seemed like there was a lot of division. Now we really know what division is, but there was a real sense of, you guys aren't working together. You're not respecting each other. You're not listening to each other.
A common refrain.
Yeah, you're not
Right.
working together. And kids know how to work together because they're in the act of being taught how to work together. So I thought, well, wouldn't that be, just writing in my journal, I wonder what it would be like to make a film where kids talk directly to Congress. So it kind of was born that next morning in my journal. So that was in June of 2016. I came back, and this incredibly talented filmmaker, Skinner Myers Hardy, we had made friends at a film festival, and he lives in LA also. So we went out to lunch, and I told him my idea, and I said, could you shoot it? And he was like, yeah, I could shoot it, and I'll bring the sound equipment. So I arranged with a bunch of kids that I knew to all go to the same playground at the same time.
It sounds pretty organic, this process,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it just, everything just kind of fell into place. And I invited more kids than actually came, but I used the kids who came. And I sent Skinner a little clip. I knew what I wanted the look to be, and I didn't want to have their faces.
Right.
I know these kids, and I feel very protective. I feel like anything that goes out online, you're a target for weirdos and perverts and just mean people.
Well, I think aesthetically it just kind of helps the vibe of the piece and kind of, how it feels when you watch it, right?
Yeah.
So it has a certain power by not revealing the face.
I think so too. I think the message becomes more universal.
Yes.
And then in the post-production, our sound guy is also a composer, and he was like, hey, Annie, I think I got some music. I'm hearing music in my head. I think I could compose something. And I'm a kind of just say yes kind of gal, so I was like, okay.
Good collaborator.
Let's right.
Make it
and
happen.
Film is a collaborative art.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, great, compose some music. And he composed great music. And then when I heard it, I didn't want the music there. I wanted it just the kids' voices. So then there was that conversation, like, thank you so much. It's great, and I'm not actually going to use it for this film. So now I have to make a little film.
That's always a fascinating choice, though, but
Yeah.
it's something you kind of feel in your gut.
You
though,
feel
right?
it in your
Yeah.
gut. And I'm happy with my choice because I do think that the kids' voices are just all we need in this. I mean, that's what it's about, the kids'
What
voices.
type of responses have you gotten from, the screenings that you have done at other film festivals?
It's been really great, really positive. And it premiered in June of 2017. And it's been at about half a dozen film festivals. Each festival, I think the response is a stronger response as we continue to walk down this road of political division. As that gets more and more intense.
Yeah, the film becomes a lot more poignant, I think. Because
Yeah.
when we watched it here at the Borrego Springs Film Festival, I think it was probably around September was when we laid eyes on it. And as you say, as the clock keeps ticking and things keep happening, it just kind of becomes more relevant in a
Yeah.
very real way.
Yeah. So there are moments even when people laugh, and it's a very kind of wry laughter, and it's been amazing. I mean, I think for all filmmakers, we get these ideas in our heads, and to be able to see it on a big screen in front of one of these wonderful audiences that you guys have at Borrego Springs, where it's a packed house and
Yeah.
everybody's paying attention. It's an incredible sense of satisfaction and fulfillment.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's my vision. And I don't even need everyone to agree with my vision.
Exactly.
You know, it's
you
not
just want
that.
them to reckon with it,
Yeah.
watch it, pay attention to it.
Pay
yeah.
attention to it, talk about it afterwards, think about it. And, you know, it's been in a lot of film festivals have like a kids block or something. And it's been in a lot of those. And I think that that's been, I like kids to see it, you know, because I think kids, we can pay so much more attention to kids than grown-ups. Like if you think of Dear Congress being grown-ups talking, saying the same things, I don't think it would be as powerful.
No, goodness, no.
But when the kids say it, it's like, whoa, even a kid knows this.
Yeah, the insight is so obvious, but
Yeah.
yet impossible at the same time
Yeah.
for certain people.
And I'm really interested in giving kids
Yeah.
voices and in listening to kids' voices. So it's really satisfying for me
Well, that's
in that
great.
sense.
So you mentioned your vision just a little bit ago. What is your next project that's ongoing, and where's your vision taking you? Because I do want you to mention that.
Yeah. Well, I've started shooting another short called Turning To, and I'm in pre-production for something I'll shoot in March, which is a documentary.
Have you done much shorts before? Because I only know you from documentary background.
Yeah. No, this Turning To will be my second narrative short.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the
Good
first
luck.
one, thank you. I need it. The first one was for the Easter Seals Disability Challenge, Film Challenge, which is where they give you a prompt on Friday and you turn in your film on Sunday. And in that, your film has to include a person with disabilities.
I see.
And that changed me. And now everything I do, I want to have people with disabilities in it.
Okay.
So all of my films from now on will have at least one person with
Really?
a disability. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm very
that's kind of a
interested in that.
noble reach, yeah. That's
Well,
impressive.
You know, it's something we don't see enough of on film.
That's true.
And yet we see people with disabilities every day. I spoke to someone in a wheelchair this morning. How many films have a person in a wheelchair in it? Not enough. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't make it to the big screen. And I'm always interested in putting things in a film that we haven't seen before. So in my Easter Seals, for that film challenge, I used 2 people with disabilities, 2 kids with disabilities, which if you want to have a good
In
time,
a fast weekend.
yeah, in a weekend, if you want to have a good time, have 2 kids with disabilities in your film that you shoot in one day. You cannot stop laughing because things go very differently than you intend.
But that's
and
great,
are
right?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really good time.
Well, congratulations on all your films, and thanks for
you.
bringing Dear Congress to the
I
SFF. That's
thank
great.
you. I love this film festival.
Good.
I love Borrego Springs.
It's hard not to like it.
It's hard not to like it. Last year, before we left, like on our way out, we went to the Anza Borrego Desert, and I became a member.
Well, congratulations on that, too.
I want to become a member this year too,
Need
because
more tourists like you to come around.
and you know I read about the wildflowers, how you guys were inundated with 10,000 people,
Yeah,
and
that was wild.
oh my gosh. And of course I wanted to come, and I was really busy working, so I didn't make it out, but I love it here. I'm hoping, if I can convince the lovely Alicia, that we will do another Filmmakers Sunrise Walk tomorrow morning.
Yeah, let's talk about that for sure, because it was a big success last time.
That was
And you know, when the
amazing.
new filmmakers come here, or the ones that haven't done anything like that, I know it's hard to get up that early in the morning for some people, but isn't it worth it? I mean,
I think that might have
Yeah.
changed my life.
I remember.
I'm from New York.
We're still talking about your reaction to it. It was great.
I don't even know if you can call this desert. Like, what
Yeah.
is this? That's not like any desert I learned about when I was growing up in New York. A desert was flat and sandy, and there were cactus plants everywhere. And where
It's much
you guys
more than
took
that,
me,
isn't it? Yeah.
I was like another planet. And it was so beautiful to see the sunrise there. It was just amazing. So it's so beautiful here. My theory is that the soul yearns to expand. And when you get to a place where you can physically experience an expanse, your soul is changed and nourished and happy. And all morning, since we walked out of our hotel room, I keep going, expands, expands.
It
There's
feels good,
so
doesn't
much-
it?
It feels so good.
Yeah.
You know, people talk about forest bathing. I think you guys have something here like desert bathing. You know,
I'll take it.
it's so beautiful here.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
love
Well,
it.
I'm glad that you're enjoying it and
Yeah.
keep on enjoying it.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Excellent.